It's rare to see a chart-topping singer make the leap to A-list actor, but the multi-talented Justin Timberlake seems to be the exception to most rules. The 6-time Grammy and 4-time Emmy winner is adding action star to his impressive resume with his new sci-fi thriller In Time, and he joins us this morning in the studio. Nice to have you here this morning.
I wrote that copy for you.
That was good.
Yeah.
See, so now you can add news writer, to the list.
Humble
is key.
Self-adoring.
It'll get you far.
That was very kind. Thank you.
It's all true.
Oh, well.
Not a bad thing. You always wanted to do, I read you always wanted to do an action film.
I think I don't know that you sort of, I gotta put action film on my resume. I will say that every boyhood fantasy is in this movie, for me. It's, you flip cars around and, kick the bad guy's butt and kiss a hot girl and shoot guns. And
right? I mean, altogether, it's a pretty nice package.
Yeah.
It's kind of an interesting, the whole premise to this movie is kind of interesting. And I feel like when you watch it, your initial impression it really does change throughout the film as to whether or not you think this would be a good idea. Without giving away too much,
sure.
Everybody has a clock that they wear on their arm.
Yes.
And the clock starts when you turn 25. So essentially everybody's frozen in time physically at 25.
You're doing a fantastic job.
Thank you. Well, I want to set up this scene as we show it quickly because it'll give people a good idea of what that looks like.
Will Salas. Allow me to introduce my mother-in-law, Clara, my wife, Michelle, and my daughter, Sylvia.
Nice to meet you all.
I'll come find you later. I look forward to it.
Having fun, Mr. Salas?
Please call me Will.
It's okay, Constantine.
Do you always have a hired hand standing right next to you?
No, I usually have two.
Little meeting with Sylvia there, who becomes the hot girl that you get to kiss.
Yes.
Well, she's the hot girl already. It's a crazy premise, though. So as this clock starts, essentially depending on where you grow up, it means you're either living for a really long time, and time means nothing, or you're living in some cases minute to minute.
Yes. When I first read this script, for the 3 days, I felt like I was asking myself a lot of personal questions, just off the premise of, just the concept itself. My character wakes up with 23 hours to live. If you only had 23 hours to live, how would that affect, how you lived your life? And like I said, it's a lot of fun. But it does make you ask some really interesting questions.
It also has an interesting social message to it too, not just what would you do if you had one day left, but especially as we look at things like Occupy Wall Street. Obviously, this was done long before this movement, but there are some interesting social overtones here. I mean, how much did you guys talk about that on set?
It is very. We've been talking about it lately because it is very serendipitous.
Yeah.
I would agree with that. Yeah, there's two sort of topical themes. One being, do we really want to stay young and live forever? And two, it kind of there's definitely sort of a metaphorical, very rich and very poor social divide in this movie that, like you were saying, kind of serendipitously mirrors what's happening right now. And
your character actually has sort of a little bit of I guess like a Robin Hood-esque.
Yeah.
To him, in a way, sort of Robin Hood plus Bonnie and Clyde in some scenes. Absolutely.
Yeah, there's it kind of, the second half of the film, the movie takes sort of an interesting turn, and it becomes kind of we go on the run, so it does kind of have a Bonnie and Clyde feel to it, and a Robin Hood feel as well.
Yeah, it's definitely a thriller, a lot of fun to watch. I have to ask you about a little bit more. I mean, we all love you so much whenever you make a stopover at SNL. Any more plans for that in your near future that you know of?
Those things are so spur of the moment. I do love the show, and I've been very vocal about my adoration for the show. I think it's probably the reason why I've been able to do, work in comedies like Bad Teacher and Friends with Benefits, and I think that's a direct, reflection of getting to basically make fun of myself on SNL.
Well, it's worked out pretty well. What's next for you at this point?
What's next for me? We're taking this In Time thing on the road, and after that, I'm probably going to strap a snowboard to my feet and
Very nice.
find some adventures.
Nice way to spend the holidays.
Yeah. You know, the holidays are definitely creeping up. It's funny how they do that so quickly every year. So yeah, I'll just be getting some family time and hanging out for the holidays.
Nice. Well, great to have you with us. Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you.
Good luck with the new movie.
Thanks. Glad you liked it.
We did.